Assalamu alaikum, guys. How's it going? So today I want to go ahead and talk about the concept of pain and the idea of pain. Um, and it's I got a lot of these points from a talk by Yasmin Mujahid. She does a wonderful job on it. And so basically, what I want to talk about is when you have pain, what do? Say you have a toothache. And you're given the choice of either getting, this toothache is being caused by a bacterial infection. You have the choice of either having antibiotics or painkillers. You can use painkillers, which is kind of like a bandage. And I mean, we often use a combination, but if you can only have one, the more important of the two would be the antibiotic because you have to get to the root of the pain, the cause of the pain, and treat that. And that's what we need to do in our spiritual life as well. If we're suffering with pain or if we're going through anything painful, we have to figure out why we're having this. We can't just put a bandage over it. We can't just do these worldly pleasures to numb that pain, such as drinking alcohol, going to the club, acting in things that are un-Islamic. These are just a band-aid to the pain. They just cover up what's numbing the pain. And that's not a good idea at all because, to give you an analogy, diabetic people that have diabetes, they start to lose sensation and become numb in their extremities and limbs, such as their toes and feet. And when they become numb, they can't tell when they have pain down there. And so, for example, if somebody who's diabetic doesn't pay attention to their foot, they might have a bruise, which might become an ulcer, which might become a very bad infection. And by the time it's noticed, because they weren't having pain, that they would require an amputation because they didn't have their pain receptors telling them something is wrong. And so the purpose of pain is good. It tells you that something is wrong. If you were to touch a hot stove, you would immediately pull your hand back because the pain receptors are telling you something is wrong, and the treatment for that would be to pull back to get to the root of the pain. Similarly, Islamically, we have to get to the root of the pain that we're having, and so these superficial treatments, such as these un-Islamic practices, they are not treating the pain; they are just numbing it. And so, how do we treat the pain? We have to come back to Allah. Indeed, in the remembrance of Allah, do the hearts find rest, and we have to remember that. And that is how we get to the root of the etiology of the pain. And we'll talk about this more in another video. Thanks for paying attention. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.